Vodafone presents the pre-match.
G'day guys, welcome back to the ESL Pro League. It is Season 8 in the SEA region at day number 3 for the closed qualifiers. Pili joining me here on the desk. And it's been a pretty interesting season so far, pretty interesting closed qualifiers. We've had some upsets in the China region, we've had some upsets now in the SEA region, but we're getting into another matchup here, so jumping into our Vodafone pre-match. Pili, it is going to be Recca up against FrostFire. Now, these two teams both down into the lower bracket after losing earlier on in this qualifier. And now they're basically facing elimination against each other. Definitely one that's going to be hard to call, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to come out on top of this. I'd probably lean towards Recca just because I'm a little bit more familiar. I mean, some of the names on FrostFire ring familiar in my ears from the days of like MVP Carnal and stuff like that. But that's a bit of a throwback, to be honest. I don't know how they'll go in more sort of recent SEA Counter-Strike and stuff like that. I guess we'll have to find out. Yeah,
I mean, I've seen them around a little bit. Obviously, lacking Kaze now, you would have got that band of brothers back together. But I do think that they're a reasonable-looking team. You know, we've got, like you said, some names in there that we do recognize. The same can be said for Recca at the moment. But both teams have kind of lost some of that firepower, some of that star power that they did have back in the day. You're looking at Archap Chapman and Eamon for FrostFire that you might probably recognize if you watch a little bit of Southeast Asia Counter-Strike, and then over for Recca, you'd be looking at Sis, Rosyu, and Frost Misty as the core that did come through from the Excurate Bentet era of Recca. So both of these teams do have some players of old, but they're not necessarily the strongest that we've ever seen them be. It kind of makes it a little bit difficult to call who you would probably favor in this one. I think I would lean toward the side of Recca. I do think that they just have a little bit more experience, and I think that they've been around the block a little bit longer than what the FrostFire guys have been. And I think that they have been competing at a bit of a higher level than what FrostFire generally have as well. But I wouldn't be 100% surprised to see FrostFire get a map here or even take the series at this point. I think we're now in the lower bracket, and so kind of anything can happen from here.
Yeah, I think we've just sort of found ourselves in those situations where, you know, they're better players, like your Excurates, your Bentets, your Kazes have sort of been handpicked by some of the higher up teams. They've been offered better, more attractive deals, and now they're sort of just in that period of trying to rebuild and trying to put together a roster that's going to be competitive once again, and that's not always easy. Sometimes you just don't have an ability to replace a Bentet or a Kaze. It's just not possible.
Well, sometimes the talent just isn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
With the people left in the region. But, you know, obviously they're going to be trying to get their way through to the season finals, Pili, for both of these two teams. I think that is going to be a tough ask, but certainly for someone like Bentet, someone like Excurate, who are now on Tyloo, going to Odense is a very real possibility. They've already started their road a little bit rockily, having been knocked down into the lower bracket of the China qualifier, but they did get a pretty solid 2-0 over SC Absolute in their first lower bracket round, and I do expect that we would potentially see Tyloo through to Odense out from these qualifiers, but it's pretty early to call that still. We've still got, I think, 3 more days of the China closed qualifiers. We've still got 2 more days after this of the SEA qualifiers, and also the ANZ qualifiers haven't even kicked off just yet. So there's still plenty more Counter-Strike here for us in this region to kind of discern who our 2 teams are going to be going through to Odense. But let's not hurry on, or let's not chill out. I don't know. Whatever. Let's just have a look at the vetoes. That's where we wanted to get in the end. Inferno, Cache, taken away there by Recca and FrostFire, respectively. Now, I'm not as familiar with these teams' map pools as some of the others, so I can't really comment too much on that. But I've always felt Recca was fairly decent on Cache.
I mean, if I remember back to Recca with Bentet and stuff like that, you'd be looking at your Trains, your Mirages. Those are the ones that I'd more so remember them for. As for the guys, I'd expect a Mirage definitely to be coming out here. I mean, also when the old Carnal roster used to always play Mirage and stuff like that, so I expect that to be one of them for sure.
Yeah, well, let's have a look and see if it is going to be, and indeed it is Mirage.
A nuke pick. There you go.
We did see FrostFire play on nuke, I do believe, in their match, so not entirely surprised to see it picked up there, but again, like you kind of get the sense that nuke is being picked a lot more by these SCA teams than we would have otherwise necessarily expected in the past. So it maybe, like you said, is starting to creep into the map pool for a lot of these teams now that it's kind of become a necessity.
It's just a way to sort of try to get a win over your opponent that might be less prepared, and if they're not willing to respect Bandit over something else, then you know, you can pick yourself up a free map win, and then in the later, you know, if you play them again, they'll have to respect Bandit against you if they're not confident enough to try to work on it.
Yeah, okay, so let's see what the final map is going to be. Train again. It
go.
seems like Mirage, Nuke, and Train are very, very popular right now in these qualifiers. I don't think we've seen Keish at all. It's been banned pretty much all the time. I might have seen Dust 2 once or twice. Fairly certain we haven't seen Overpass either. So these three maps, once again, Train being the remaining map through. Recca have always been okay on Train, I've felt. Based on this, I probably have to lean toward Recca. I think they had a fairly solid Mirage when we saw them play yesterday against XCN. They should probably have enough, I think, over FrostFire, who, to me, didn't really have a particularly strong AWPer. And then on Nuke, you know, starting on CT side, I guess that's a bit of an advantage for Recca. Anything can kind of happen on that map, but they did seem a little bit lost on that when they played it against Boots. So there's kind of two sides to balance out there.
Yeah, I think if FrostFire's got any chance of taking this series, it has to be in the first two. But if they're not able to pick up Mirage, then Recca should be able to take it all day. FrostFire, I mean, there's a fair chance that they can probably take Nuke if they're more prepared on it than Recca is. Like we say, it's one of those picks that you can just completely catch your opponent off guard and be able to take out a map victory against them, even if the opponent's much better skilled than you, and should be able to win against you on paper regardless. So we'll see how they go. I feel like if FrostFire aren't able to pick up Nuke or Mirage and they just lose 2-0 here, then I don't know how much hope there is for their team going forward and stuff like that. I mean, you're going pretty quickly out of these SEA qualifiers when, you know, Malaysia used to be sort of one of the better countries in terms of the SEA region before, you know, your Singaporeans and stuff came up a little bit more.
Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, everything seems to be sort of lifting up a little bit. Maybe it's time for Malaysia in these qualifiers. Who knows? You've heard from us. Let's hear from Betway, looking at the odds, leaning towards Recca there as well. We've always traditionally felt that Indonesia has been a pretty decent region when it's come to the Southeast Asia region. Recca has always been the one leading the charge for the Indonesian region as well, and they were the ones to actually knock out their counterparts, Executioners, yesterday to keep themselves alive in this competition. So, yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I'd probably be leaning towards the 2-0 here for Recca, just because I do think that they have a little bit extra over FrostFire in pretty much all of the departments, all facets of the game. But the map pool does leave me with some questions here. Nuke, he's still up in the air, but Mirage, I'd definitely be looking at Recca to pick this one up. And that's what we're headed on to first. So if you can start off well, get that momentum rolling, head into map 2 with some of that firepower going, then who knows what could happen here. But I'll say a 2-0, I think, for Recca.
Well, it all starts off on Mirage, and that's going to be a pretty big indicator of how well these two teams match up against each other. I mean, obviously it's Recca's map pick. It's a map that they should be very comfortable with. They've played against across all iterations of their team, I would imagine. FrostFire, I mean, a long time ago I saw plenty of Mirage out of Carnal. So some of their players must be comfortable with playing it, at least. And it's just a map that everyone is used to playing, you know? Yeah, it's just one of those.
It's the bread and butter of Asian Counter-Strike these days. Recca splitting up all over the map. Archup will take a peek into top or middle, but Eeyore hasn't actually spotted him. That's very interesting. Archup might have a good position here if he can keep on top of top mid. Eeyore pinked up there through the wall by the looks of things by Eamon. And he will actually get the kill. Asterisk as well, able to get one on the entry into the A-bomb side. And FrostFire, they're all just trying to collapse in, play quickly, but with the USPs, that's not always the way that it's going to work too well. Asterisk, however, planting the bomb. No one's covering! And they had no idea that Archap was in top mid. He's flanked all the way around through the T-spawn, and he might have just won this round for FrostFire. It still hangs in the balance, but most definitely FrostFire with the advantage now. Archap shutting down Sis. And Eeyore with 20 HP has to try and clutch it out. It was looking so good for Recca. But then Archap strikes from behind. 1-0 for FrostFire.
It's all up to Archap on that flank, really, isn't it? I mean, otherwise that pistol doesn't go the way of FrostFire, I would imagine.
It's a matter of timing, because Eeyore had a look at top mid, but he didn't see him running up through into T-Apps.
Force buy out from Recca. Not a full commitment across all of them. Frost, Misty and Eeyore going to hold on to about 800, 900 of their dollars. The rest of them buying up across the board very quickly. Have lost a pick and a second. I'm not really sure what Asterisk and Sis are going for there, to be honest. Just sort of jumping out on their own or going for duels on their own and getting absolutely destroyed. And that's going to make this round a lot harder for the rest of Recca to win, considering their investment into it. Just probably going for damage at this point, and FrostFire trying to win a clean round to get their CT economy rolling very quickly here.
Yeah, I've not ever really been particularly impressed with this iteration of Recca's pistol rounds. They just don't seem to have really any sort of teamwork or plan or anything coming into them. It's very individualistic, and okay, you try and go and get a pick here on B, I'll try and go and get a pick here through underpass or something like that, and it very rarely does it seem to work. And case in point, as FrostFire will go through with all 5 guns available, CT side, big bonus for them. And they're going to get another anti-eco here because Recca did invest into that one. They didn't get the bomb down in the first round.
Yeah, and look at the money starting to stack up for the CTs. It's always a good sign.
So you win this pretty confidently. You get another bonus round through as FrostFire with, you know, maybe a couple of SMGs, take the MP5s through maybe. And then Bob's your uncle on that CT side.
Yeah, on your opponent's map pick as well.
Couldn't really ask for a better start right now. That is assuming FrostFire get through this round fairly comfortably, which they should. There isn't really much for Recca at all, just the P250s, not even like a flashbang or anything to get them in. So it should just be a free farm for Recca in this one, and it's looking like it will be.
Chap and I don't know, Davey or Devi, I don't know how you would want to say his name.
We've been saying Devi.
Yeah, getting a lot of work done. We'll have to see who's going to be the main man for FrostFire in the gun rounds. I mean, back when we used to watch Carnal, you'd see Eamon and Archap sort of be the filler players who could get multi-frags where you needed them to do so, which were pretty much in all the rounds that Kaze didn't kill the entire enemy team.
Frost Misty.
He's going to stay frosty in the palace.
This is always my favorite part of Counter-Strike, is watching the last guy that just has a pistol against 5 players slowly walk around the map.
You're that guy in the pug who just yells, "Go die!"
Yeah.
Stop it.
It's like you're wasting everyone's time. Come on, bruh. Just go die.
But what if he wins a 1v5?
Which he won't.
He got wrecked.
I don't think I have ever seen a 1v5 with a pistol against 5 fully weaponed and armored players.
I've done a 1v4 ace. Does that count with only a P250?
Did you have armor?
Nope.
It's pretty good.
I've got a clip of it too.
Well, there you go. I hit a 360 wallbang headshot with a scout. Got a clip of that too.
Nice.
No scope, by the way.
What do you got over that? Lincoln Park or?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I don't think it's got anything on it.
No. Okay. I don't think anyone could have anything on that. That's pretty sick, Jordan.
It was on season as well.
Just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
Don't know if you even remember that map.
No, I do.
Back in my day.
I used to play it in Call of Duty 4, actually.
That map was all the rage.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Got some mid control coming out from the T's. Very slow stuff. Bit of utility left over for later on. You always got to save some for later, Jordan. You can't use it all now. Chill out a bit. It's a bit of a bonus, like you said. I mean, we did buy the AWP on Devi. We got ourselves MP7 and FAMAS, and the other 2 have rifles. Not really anything happening as of yet. Just slow, sort of creeping up mid. A bit of pressure towards B apartments. They have A halls as well as ramp. Sis is going to make his way up the connector. Archap drops his smoke and goes for a bit of a rotation around.
Looking pretty good at the moment for Recca for this split.
They've got good positions, but I mean, Subby's in the sandwich, could do a lot of damage. Devi, if he gets a pick before the execute really comes in, then could be trouble there for Recca.
Well, there should be a smoke for Devi. He will probably jump up onto Ticket, but it's the one place you are going to be checking when that smoke's up. Subby's unfortunately didn't get any kills there.
Yeah, he got mollied out and sort of caked it up a bit, but it was a bit of bonus out. Unfortunately, they've lost the AWP. We'll see if Chapman's going to be able to hold on to this AK. I'm going to go with no.
Doesn't look like it.
Archap last alive in the jungle position was that B anchor trying to rotate in, but by that point, everyone had pretty much been wrecked, and that was such a clean round from Recca. They kind of just slowly took control of the whole map. The CTs were playing very passively, and then they lost every aim duel consecutively.
Could be a bit of a telltale sign for the rest of this map. I do feel as though Recca might just be a little bit stronger on that part.
Come on, Iman. Buy up. There you go. Bit late. All right. Got an AWP towards the B apartments. Did see someone prodding that with an AK last round. I'm not sure if it was Frost Misty. Flashbang comes out for our chap to creep up. He could get his head completely taken off here as we switch straight away from that. Flash out mid. Do take some control over.
Double AWP so early in the game here for FrostFire.
Yeah, I didn't actually notice that. Where's the other one sitting? We got one at A and one at B.
That's usually how it is. Why not get 3? Just put 1 in mid. There you go. You got everything covered. You can't lose.
Jordan, can you coach my team?
Oh yeah.
Cool. How many pizza rolls do you require an hour?
$50.
$50.
An hour.
Pretty steep.
Oh come on.
Not good for it, Jordan.
I'm
gonna run up a tab real quick.
Quality coaching.
Oh my god, that was a perfect pop flash, and Iman gets deleted through it. AWP's still alive, and that's a complete miss. That's no Kaze, that's for sure. Does return back and get another. 4 on 4, but these T's are encroaching. Going to be splitting up Connector, A ramp, and Palace. Once again, Subby's in a very important position that he must multi-frag from, or they are all but done in this round.
They don't have a lot of time though, Recca, so
there you go.
that's unfortunate for Subbies, and now it's really on to Divine, but maybe he can deny the bomb plan, and that could be really problematic for Recca at this point. Though Recca well aware that CT spawn still is a little bit dirty, and they decide to plant for short. 1 for 1 there for Recca, very favourable. And now they're just going to try and deal some damage. I wonder if they know that it's a double AWP out here. I don't know that Device AWP is given away. I definitely know that Archamp has one.
I feel like they just haven't really done very much with those AWPs. And I feel like they are just kind of letting Recca walk up mid. Not doing much about it.
Yeah, well. It is what it is.
Will we see a FrostFire around the AWPs, Jordan?
Surely.
They say no. I must say no.
That's strange. But then again, it's like, if the round's going to win, it's going to be the double AWPs that win the round anyway. I don't know if the pistol armor is going to make much of a difference on the rest.
They got both sides of that smoke covered.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's getting out there.
Trouble is that there's no one going to go through that smoke anyway. Recca's like, we don't care. We get towards A. Full execute out. Smart move.
Gone towards A every round. Seems to be going alright for him.
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What is either of these AWPs going to be able to do? Answer is not a lot. And there is this cover of smokes. The bomb goes down. Favourable now for Recca.
There's another save, I would imagine. Subbies just gets in full blind.
Yeah, Eeyore pushing on through. Super Sis doing a good job of trading things back. And now we see the pistol start to walk into the site. AWPs really haven't made the difference here for FrostFire just yet, and they probably won't. Player wrapping from top mid doesn't actually spot him. He's going to know exactly where they went because there's really no other option. But rounds the way of Recca. It'll be another save through for FrostFire. I think they'll take both.
We'll be able to buy into this one. There's another pick. I mean, they're getting a lot of exits. That's nice. It's going to put a bit of extra purchasing having to be done by Recca, but I don't think they care too much. I think they're doing just fine. No one really coming out ahead of the pack. They're kind of just getting the entry kills that they need and taking the map control that they need to take and winning.
Great pop flash. Love it. Perfect flash.
Alright. Bit more emphasis being put on mid. Devise looking towards top mid from Connector. Archap just playing around that pillar area. He's going to make his way back into market as the T's start to make their way through B apartments. No info being gathered at A by Subbies or Chapman. Good pop flash your boy into ramp there to just grab a little bit of information. Speaking of information, I suppose being top mid about 20 seconds into the round is quite a bit of information. Oh my god, the timing on this flank.
But does he go to T spawn?
They got 3 on A. Surely he goes B.
Yeah. Oh, this could work out so fantastically.
Old W. There's a pick for Archap.
Oh, this is not looking good for Recca at all. Archap gets another one. And they still have no idea there's a play
the
behind
bomb.
him. Oh, see you, mate.
The other two have just popped out of the apartments.
This round has absolutely fallen apart for Recca. Goodness me.
Definition of cooked. One person is going to have a bit of struggle buying, but the rest of Recca should be good.
Recca's going to be like, oh, we better go back to the A site now, I think.
Yeah, I'm not about that B-bomb site.
That worked a bit better.
B stands for bad. A stands for acceptable.
A stands for awesome.
Now Archap's going A. And Devi's going to be mid. Pop flash into ramp. It's beautiful. The information has been gathered.
Amazing.
Bomb's going to make its way back to...
I can't believe how long this double ops lasted.
Yeah, they're just on the save grind. Smoke into window. Look at that, so satisfying. Gonna take a bit of mid control off of that. You know what I feel like watching this FrostFire team?
What?
I feel like no matter what Recca does on the map, they are very rarely going to move.
FrostFire.
They all just kind of like, I'm playing here this round and I do not move until like at least 3 of my teammates are dead.
Sounds good. A site take again for Recca. You're spotted early though. With both the AWPs trained on connector, I'm not so sure that I'd want to be Asterisk right now. And for that exact reason, I was kind of out of the frying pan into the fire. 4v3, Recca have really stalled out now. This double AWP you can see is starting to give them some problems. Last round, this round, next round Recca won't have money. That's 3 kills for the AWP this round now. Archap really coming into his own. 13-1. We're 7 rounds in and he's had this AWP for like 4 or 5 rounds.
It doesn't even feel like he's like, I don't know how you would say it. It's not like he's snapping anyone with the AWP. He kind of just like, oh, I moved my crosshair here, clicked on him. It seemed to work.
Yep, that was good.
Bit of a Liaz approach.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just crouch and kill everyone.
If anything, that would be like an Eeyore approach, right?
Really?
You don't know, you know what an Eeyore is?
Yeah, I know. I feel like Eeyore is my spirit animal.
It's not even an animal, it's a stuffed toy.
Is it an animal? What kind of animal is Eeyore? Isn't he
Eeyore's
an
a donkey.
animal? He's a donkey.
Yeah.
He's a tubby donkey.
He's a donkey. He's a stuffed toy donkey. Or an Indonesian Counter-Strike player. Depends on your perspective.
Wonder which is more famous.
True. Ooh.
Bit of a one-way.
ASMR cast.
Welcome to Elfish Guy ASMR. I'm your host, not Elfish Guy. Rozzo picks himself up and all.
Ooh, the timing there for Archap, very dangerous. Gets away for now. Subby's having a bit of an expedition. There's been a lot of like very deep exploration in the CT side right now. I've seen it a couple times where they've just pushed all the way to T-spawn.
They're mapping it out. They're filling it out.
Yeah.
Cartography going on.
20,000 leagues under the sea.
There you go. He was at A. Now he's found B. We've colonized it. Frost Misty's dead, and now we're going to put our flag down.
That's an interesting way of putting it, but okay. Eamon. Pretty important aim battle for him there, actually, if he does drop. Which he does, inevitably, as a trade, but at least able to get the one. I was using a good spot, though.
Let's see if he's learnt anything from many hours of watching Excurate.
Archap's dead here. Dead to rights, and that's another AWP for Recca. It's all falling apart for FrostFire. It looked really good on the CT side with that double AWP setup, but as soon as they've really been challenged here,
Yeah, they're good.
they managed to win the clutch pretty easily.
All right.
I don't know where I was going with that. Just forget I said anything.
They retained the double AWP. The double AWP never dies.
The
No,
legend may
what?
never die.
He dropped it right on him. Somebody's just
Maybe-
ran out of the smoke. He just didn't listen. He
I don't
turned his
know.
ears off.
Maybe they didn't want the double up. Let's see if they buy
No,
it.
I don't think so, Jordan. I really don't.
You know?
No, I think they wanted it. They definitely wanted it.
That's
When
what
do you not want it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Do they even win a round now?
Well, they've got the double up again. They bought it.
Oh, my mind's blown. Just pick it up. Could you just press G? press G, Jordan. He was in a smoke. He's probably like, I don't believe you. I can't see it. Runs away. You did not. One way.
Yeah, let me throw away my AK. Ha, good try, teammate.
Haha, yeah. Sure, you dropped an AWP up to me. 3 T's gonna move their way into middle. Smokes, Molotovs, couple flashes. Bit of salt. All of a sudden, we've got mid control stew. Divider's gonna give it up. Head towards ticket. Try to shoot anyone coming up connector, perhaps. Or he's just gonna aim at the ticket. The murder hole, rather. Maybe swap with subbies if you're gonna do that. You know? Ooh, that might be what they're doing. There's no one on the A bomb side, Jordan. Who needs to be there? No one. They're not going A.
They are not. And it's pretty telegraphed now with the smoke that Recca have just put down. At least that they're not going there in the next 30 seconds or so. Maybe they put control of connector. FrostFire wouldn't know.
3 on this B bomb site, 1 on the quick rotate. One of the T's going to make his way into window, though. That Archup's just in the prime position to absolutely destroy Eeyore. Down goes Super Sis. Down goes another one. Subby's just completely wrecks Frost Misty on the flank. No chance, my friend.
No chance indeed for Recca. FrostFire are going to go up 7-3. Archup's having a great day with the AWP. Must have heard me say that I didn't think FrostFire had a strong AWP, but that's a lie. He's 17-2.
Kaze's on this computer.
Yeah. Kaze, bro, just come over.
Elfish guy talk shit about me.
Yeah.
Back me up, bro.
Back me up. Malaysia's not a very big place. You could get from one side of Malaysia to the other with a plane in about an hour.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You can drive like from one side to the other in like a few hours. So, could be possible.
I hope you're educated enough to speak the truth here, Jordan.
Well, I've been to Malaysia a couple times.
Okay. I probably qualify.
It's a lot smaller than Australia.
Yeah. What's the coast to coast travel time for Australia? What, like
20, 30 hours?
Yeah.
It depends on which way.
Oh, well, east or west.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like 30, 40.
Let's have a look.
Let's take a little look, Jordan.
It's not a drive you'd want to do.
I've done a similar one.
Sure you have.
Over like a month, though.
Yeah.
I think you can do it in like a day and a half. From
Yeah.
memory. Non-stop, obviously, so you wouldn't want to do that.
Or if you had multiple drivers, maybe. But then that would still not be very fun.
No. Half buy here for the boys on Recca. They're going to go back to the acceptable bomb site. I feel like hitting bomb sites is kind of the thing you want to do against double AWP. Try to force them into the retake and...
So it's about 44 hours. 45 hours.
2 days then. Subbies going ham. 2 kills for him. Doesn't even want to let them out. Struggles for that last one. Unfortunate. Device here. Yeah, look, you know Archup.
What? That was very close from Divide. Very much a winnable round for FrostFire at the moment, especially if Asterisk gets caught out, which he very likely should. He's very low HP. Trying to make something happen there. I guess you can kind of understand it, but was never really going to work for him. And now Rozyu with the Deagle. He's been spotted. Time's ticking away a little bit, but I'm not sure that he's going to be able to keep himself alive long enough. The smoke is an attempt. Deagle shot was required.
Okay, Archup. What if he just 2 body shots you with the Deagle, takes you up and runs away? What then, buddy?
What then, buddy? Bucko?
18 for 2. That's not bad for the old rating.
Supposedly, if you drive from the centre of Melbourne to the centre of Darwin, you only have to do 37 turns. Otherwise, it's just straight.
Damn.
And
That's some well-built roads.
if you were to drive from Perth to Brisbane or Sydney or anything, really. You just travel through the bottom half of Australia, really. So it's not like the middle of Australia to the middle of Australia. It's like the southern part of the west coast to the southern part of the east coast.
Yeah, they got one of those big zoomy roads.
Yeah. Supposedly that's a nice drive.
Okay.
Wouldn't know. Great Ocean Road or whatever. Something.
I saw somebody doing that the other day. I was like at the petrol station.
What was somebody doing there?
No. It's at the petrol station at like 2 o'clock and these people were like, can you give us directions to Melbourne? I'm like,
Sydney.
What you've gone on an expedition across the country
You're a bit
without a
lost, mate.
phone? Come on, boys.
Here's a chance for Recca.
Yep. 4 on
Opening.
5. But look at this stack. FrostFire just don't care. They just leave the A-bomb side open. Half the time. They're just like, whatever. Come B. If you go A, I don't care. I'll just save.
Both the Orbs are on B.
We got him. There's another one.
Yeah. Chapman pretty critical here, but oh, the incendiary down early. Eamon has dropped, but Recca are far too invested in this B bomb site now to fake it out.
They're piecing it back to A.
Ooh, that's a 30-second rotation.
That's alright.
Should be able to get it.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Now we just see Divine and Archap save their orbs again. Didn't Archap just pace backwards? Isn't that the point of his name? Shouldn't we be calling him Pace? There you go, he's taken out by Asterisk. Who's the new AWPer for Recca there, Jordan?
Rozu was the AWPer, but now it's Asterisk, I think.
Because from memory, watching the old Recca, Rozio was like their weaker sort of fragger.
Well, so obviously Extra was the main AWP when he was on
I know.
roster. But yeah, Rozu seemed to have taken that for a little bit. And now Asterisk has been the one to do the majority of the AWPing. Devi's going to survive through another round here. He's got 2 deaths in 12 rounds.
Save City. Look at the wonders it's doing for their money. All these millennials nowadays, Jordan, they just throw away their AWPs. They don't think about the future. They're just living AWP paycheck to AWP paycheck.
Or
you know?
paycheck to AWP paycheck. Pretty expensive. If you were earning enough to buy an AWP every 2 minutes, I'd be happy with that.
Well, that's the thing, Jordan. You're not.
I'm not.
So you gotta think a couple rounds
I
ahead.
couldn't even
you know?
buy an AWP a month, pretty much.
That's all right though, Jordan. You'll get there. You just stack up a couple CZs
I'm
every
gonna have to
week
take
or so.
like a month-long eco.
Just hold on to a CZ, you know, every week or so, and a couple years later you'll be right, you know.
Look at this from Recca. Fast into A. FrostFire have left it open. One too many times. Or have they?
I think they have.
How strong do you think their retake is?
Not good. I'd say they're gonna save, Jordan. I'd say they're gonna save.
Oh. What if Archap gets a kill?
I'd say they're still gonna save.
No fun.
That's their tactic, Jordan.
If they come B, we win. If they go A, we
play
lose.
one of the bomb sites. If they go the other bomb site, we'll get him next time. Can kind of work as well. Because the other team just spooks themselves out. They're like, there's no way they've left open A again. Like, we just roasted them doing that. Let's go B this time. Oh, why is there 4 people here?
T-side wins.
I agree.
That's 5 for Recca. On a little bit of a comeback. Half can still kind of go either way, though. Both teams are going to be able to buy it out.
This is where we find out how committed they are to it. Because there's absolutely no reason to save anymore.
Yeah.
See if they do it again. On principle. That's a juicy nade.
This is a bit more of a standard CT setup now. Both the AWPs toward the A site, though. Obviously Archap in mid, but very, very quick rotation into A.
You know what I reckon they've done here, Jordan?
What's that?
They've lost Kaze and they've gone, well, we need 2 AWPers to make up for it.
Yeah. Oof. You're tagged down. Chapman does actually get the better of Asterisk over on B, but Archap has dropped. Tabai just pushing out from CT with the CZ.
Straight wet noodles in.
Absolute madman.
2 on 2. They have got mollies to flush out some of these positions as well as flashes. In decent positions are the CTs. 1 in jungle, 1 towards connector, but the Ts, Tetris and Palace is a pretty good post-plant setup. You even got a molly to drop on the bomb and there's no smoke to put that out, Jordan.
No, there might be one landed around somewhere on the site. No incendiary early into Palace will allow Rosu to peek and he gets the 2-man spray down. Great stuff.
Absolute madman.
8-6. Double AWP probably to come for FrostFire here.
Yeah. Oh, Archap's bought a rifle, Jordan. What do you think about this?
The absolute madman. 18-4. And he buys a rifle.
Could have bought pistols for his friends.
Do they need pistols?
3 of them do. Slow creep up mid from Recca again. And once again, FrostFire. All standing in the same positions they were at the start of the round. Just throwing smokes on connector and waiting around. Iman tries to go for a little bit of a push, gets absolutely destroyed. Eeyore spamming through the smoke. Archat picks one over the smoke. 4 on 4. Still not really favouring the Ts, especially because of all this mid control and connector control that Recca's now found themselves with. It's pretty unfavourable for the CTs. There's the Poppy. I can't believe Archap couldn't see Rozo over that Molotov. You need to turn your effect detail up to high, my friend.
The more you know. That's why you watch the ESL Pro League. You learn those tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Tosh the smoke. You don't remember that, do you?
Wait, what was it?
Tosh the smoke.
Toss the what?
Don't you remember? From like season 5 or 6 where they had the videos that told you how to throw the smokes on like Nuke and stuff.
Was that the Heaven Smoke video?
That was the one on Nuke.
Yeah, the Heaven Smoke.
Line it up with this pixel
the smoke.
and tosh the smoke.
Nice. Will do. We'll tosh that smoke, my friend.
That was a classic. Might have been a bit before your time, Pilly.
Jordan, I've been here longer than you. You might be in the ESL longer, but I've watched a lot more CS, mate. Oh, that's a wall bang and a half. Dear God.
Clearly didn't watch NA Pro League when I was casting.
Clearly didn't watch the Tosh in the smoke.
Tosh in the smoke. Oh, gee, see it. Ooh. You see that, Pilly?
I have seen that.
Ever seen that one in your time? In your day?
Yeah, we've witnessed that one together, Jordan. It's a beautiful moment. He's still going to lose the round, though.
You say that, but... What if Recca all type killing
the
console?
flashbang out. Oh, my Lord.
Tosh the flashbang.
I don't think he's got time, but he's definitely winning some style points here.
Yeah.
8-7. Could go either way, Jordan.
Good. Has kind of gone either way.
To be honest, though, I felt like for most of that, FrostFire looked very confused, and when people weren't walking into the crosshairs of their AWPers, they were kind of just getting wrecked. And I don't know how that translates into having a good T-side, Jordan.
Doesn't matter anymore.
It does. They're about to go into their T side. That's it. It exactly matters.
What matters is what Recca has on their CT side. That's what I reckon.
I'd say it's a contributing factor from both sides, but you know, I'd say it's about a 60-40.
They don't pay me the big bucks for no reason, Pilly.
I'm sure they don't. You do have to do something here, Jordan.
Right now, I'm thinking about what we're going to see from Asterisk with the AWP on the CT side of Mirage.
I'm thinking about the road to Odense.
How's it look? Yellow brick road?
Probably like, I mean, I'm thinking Denmark, right? So like, probably like cobbled bricks. I've only really seen pictures of like Copenhagen and stuff. I don't know how Odense looks compared to that.
Odense seems like a pretty like tech kind of savvy city. That's kind of like their whole thing. I'm going to look it up. I'll paint you a picture with my words.
Oh, looking forward to it.
I've gone to maps instead of images. It's all gone wrong. Images. That's what we want.
Zoom in on Malaysia, and I'm sure we'll see at least some of these players playing it. I mean, like you said,
You know, if you were to just imagine a typical European city, cobblestone streets.
some canals, maybe.
Oh, not seen any canals. It looks to be a lake or something.
Okay.
You know, like just your standard European-looking homes with like very slanted roofs, double story.
Has people living inside.
Yep, chimneys, windows. They've got doors in Odense.
Great.
The houses are painted different colours as well.
Unbelievable. Molotov on the CT side from Rosio.
And there's some Danish flags. I mean, there you go.
Nice.
It's all there.
Molly into the under the window. That's unfortunate. Seeing a lot of T's jumping up connector through a Molotov. It's not going well. Eeyore.
Hello?
Ooh.
Well, it's not going well for FrostFire, I can tell you that much. Oh, maybe it is. Asterisk, what?
Ooh, the AHE Jordan.
Oh no, if Asterisk loses this. No!
Jump to 3K.
Oh, Asterisk is going to be kicking himself.
Literally.
Had his back to him.
That's just unacceptable if you want to go to Odense. That kill was as simple as opening a door. Or a window. And they have plenty of those in Odense, right, Jordan? So, I mean, really, I'd say that probably justice has been served at this point. CTs have got lots of pistols and armor. T's making their way up middle. Lots of damage over onto Asterisk. Thank God Iman was shooting at the only guy without armor, because that Mac 10 can have pretty sad times if you're trying to shoot at an armored player sometimes and you don't hit a headshot on Rosio or whatever. Smoke into the window. They're going to make their way up middle with a couple of dudes. One dude to underpass, one dude into B-ups, just checking the flank of A. Molly into the ladder room. Fairly standard stuff, I would say. Yep, let's just look away. 3 CTs on the B-bomb site.
Easy for the Mac 10s. Oop, what?
He's back.
What happened?
Our chap's a CT now. We've got a double agent on our hands.
Oh.
Iman's been cloned.
Oh dear. Asterisk.
Ooh.
Looked dangerous for a moment there, but has been stabilized by FrostFire. Now there should just be one CT left alive, which is Eeyore. Our chap is very much not a CT. That is alive.
Bottom left, Jordan.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Maybe he's not. Top right, Jordan.
There we go. We got him. We're alive. It's all fixed. My brain can compute again.
Hello. I don't think Eeyore's going to find anyone exiting market. Nobody's interested today. It's closed for business. Public holiday. Rest of the T's going to make their way up short. Archup's just staring at the bomb explosion. Yeah, Eeyle's going to hold on to his CZ and armor for next round.
That's... Look, if nothing else, that's incredible. That's what you want.
How many kills is he getting with that?
Could be 5.
Could be. If the T's cooperate.
21 and 6 for our chap.
18 and 5 for Devi. I can also read numbers.
7 to 10 scoreline.
1 Molotov in the connector. Smoke gun to the top of con. 1 CT punish pushing Palace, and there goes the CZ armor that he held on to for dear life last round.
FrostFire really just running around the map, backwards and forwards. Eamon gets the timing wrong. Look at this. Here we go. Sis with the 5K, 4K, no, 1K. Got him. Third time lucky, right?
Rosio's got a Mac 10.
He has no armor.
Doesn't matter. You're not getting shot at.
He's getting shot at.
I take it back. Smoke onto the jungle. Oh man, Asterisk is going to play around this triple box. Chapman's like, oh.
Oh, there's a guy there.
That's a CT, I believe.
I think he took like a double take there. Like,
He's like,
saw him
what?
and then was like, hang on. Oh, I gotta shoot him.
Oh no. This could all fall apart. Jordan.
Yep.
What if FrostFire wins this map and then goes on to their map pick of Nuke and Recca can't play it? Oh man.
Could happen. Could
Recca-
happen.
Recca out of the competition. It's a pretty big individual performance from two of these players on the FrostFire side, I believe.
Yeah, but predominantly on the CT orb. So, a bit different to the T side now that we are going to get to see guns for Recca. Like, these have all just been anti-egos. So...
Still winning.
well,
Still
yeah,
rounds.
They are.
The rounds is
Yep.
never going to go away.
Yep. But, see what Recca does with these guns.
Indeed. Pretty limited utility on everyone but Rosio.
It's like putting a 5-year-old up against a university graduate again in a maths competition. Recca doesn't have guns. How's that fair? They don't have the education that they need to even perform.
Great analogies.
Now they do.
So they
See?
just end up
Exactly.
walking through smokes.
What's 6/8s? 48. Easy.
That's what we go to uni for.
Yep.
Definitely not basic maths. T's going to make their way into connector off the back of a smoke and a flash. Smoke into the window. CT's walking around, being careful that no one's boosted in the window. They're scared, Jordan.
What are they scared of?
They've lost mid control. They've got a man up, but they've
Oh.
lost mid control.
Was it good
Eor's got his
flash?
friends back. Eamon
Almost.
killed one in the window. They have no control of mid. They might have a man advantage, sure.
Your played it by play is second to none, Pilly. You know that, right?
Really?
Yep.
Fair enough.
B-bomb site's fairly open here, though, for FrostFire, but they're going to just cross without checking window. Subbies will be able to trade out Frost Misty, and Divide gets an important kill onto Rosu, but the bomb still has some time to get in here. That said, Asterisk is a little late to deny the cross there, so player coming up short, player coming out market with the AWP to win those 1v1s, and Eor does get the win onto Divide. Shot hit by Asterisk.
Beautiful.
Great work from Recca. Told you. They just needed
Guns.
13 years of education, and then they can win the maths test.
Wow. Worth,
8
in my
to 11.
opinion. Tell you what, is a bit of a test of maths though, Jordan. Dropping over guns and making sure that you keep control of your money and don't get reset the round after you win your first CT gun round in a 2 alive situation.
True. Money is very good for FrostFire to buy into this. Still, somehow they come away with 3 Galils.
They really like Molotovs and smokes, Jordan.
Apparently. Thought we would see at least a couple more AKs there. But utility is the name of the game for FrostFire, so let's see how they use it. No point buying it if you're not going to throw it somewhere.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's a good thing you're the analyst.
All right.
What are you doing? What, if you're the IGL now, what are you doing with this buy on T?
Probably, I mean, it's pretty early in the half. You probably just want to take connector or ladder, perhaps. And then go for a bit of an A split. Or see where you get a pick, perhaps.
A bit of utility thrown into mid there from FrostFire, so it seems like they're on their way. Some thrown toward B as well, but not really much following.
Beautiful.
So not really selling the fake on B just yet, but the kill into mid does mean that Frost Misty's going to have to anchor the B bomb site.
Look at that. Remember those Galils that they bought so they could have enough flashbangs?
Yep.
And Molotovs and stuff?
They've worked.
Oh, our chat brother. He's out here. He's on the grind. I don't know if he's going to check sandwich, to be honest, Jordan. Oh, my lord.
It's not. He'll be punished for it. Rozu also finding Eamon, and that's just the problem. Sometimes you can't check all the angles. It's all gone wrong here for FrostFire in that small passage of play. Subbies is in a position that can make a difference in this round, but it's going to take him finding a frag and Devi finding this frag on the site.
I don't think that they're going to be able to check the firebox for super assists. He's in too good of a position here. He's got a Galil though. Everything can go wrong when you have a Galil.
He's got the AK and checks, but runs out, commits mid-air. What are you going to do? 9 to 11, Recca coming back.
You're going to lose and you're going to get your money reset for at least one round, Jordan. Going to have to be responsible with their spending here if they want as many smokes and molotovs and flashes as they had in the previous 2 rounds. Not too much bought at all there. Couple of eagles and a smoke. Iman's got pretty low money, but he hasn't really been too worried. He's been pretty much running around with a Mac 10 or a Galil most of the time and making space. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good kill.
Hello?
Welcome back.
We don't need the guns. We need the pistols. We don't need all that education. We don't need 13 years in school. You know that song? We don't need no education?
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's exactly what FrostFire is saying right now. Although it's coming to bite them a little bit. Oh no, our chap can't get anything. That was their play. That was the make or break for FrostFire here.
Could have been a collateral. He's got 11 Harry Potters. I don't know if he can come away with this one, Jordan. The double peak comes out. Oh, he gets one. That's really good damage though, Jordan. That's great damage.
Damage is damage. Rounds are round. Recca get the round. I know what I want. Round. Like a donut.
Okay.
Kinda hungry.
AWP onto Asterisk. You were asking about this. No AWP on the T side. AWPs were key to their game plan on the CT side. They're not interested on the T side.
We're awesome. Yeah?
Yep.
Yep. Asterisk, indeed. He
That's
does seem to have a fairly solid AWP.
Yeah.
From what I've seen. I haven't seen too much of Recca recently. But
Let's see how he matches up. It's going to be an A execute. That's a nice pop flash. That's a fantastic pop flash.
Very nice.
Had to have learned that in the military, I guess.
Oh.
What do you do when you lose that pick? You're like, we were going to smoke jungle, but now we're lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neil's got control as well. He's going to spray down 2. Can't keep it going on to the 3rd, but in the end 2 is enough. Most likely here for Recca. FrostFire will not get too much on the entry there at all. Rozu and Sis shut it down and they equalize. We're at 11 apiece. Been a while since Recca has been in a position where they can actually take the lead, but now they are right there.
I feel like FrostFire is kind of doing the first couple steps of like the process, kind of alright, and then they just like haven't really worked out what the last couple are. You know, they go for that mid control, they get some connector or they get some, you know, window or whatever. Then they just don't really know how to win the round from there. Or they try to go for that A execute, but when that goes wrong, they don't really know what to do.
We are seeing that quite a bit right now. FrostFire just with the pistols in this round though. And they're not going to be too threatening to Recca by the looks of things, although they have managed to find a frag. Frost Misty, if he gets caught off, Devi gets maybe a headshot or 2. No chance though. Bombs on A. Chapman and Eamon rotating into mid.
Not a whole lot for them in this round, just pistols, and they're really not too far behind on the round count, to be honest, so I don't think they're too worried. The main problem is that I feel like Recca's starting to get their confidence back now.
Yeah. Definitely.
And they definitely want to be coming away with this map as it is their pick, especially if they're not feeling confident coming into Nuke.
Have a look and see how they might feel on Nuke. Okay, back to you with the Goss in just a sec.
Thanks, Jordan.
After the ad break.
Yep. Welcome back to MTV. Recca is good on Nuke, maybe.
Maybe. Today on ESL Pro League Counter-Strike, we find out, is Recca good on Nuke? Is it just their CT side? Or are all their opponents just bad?
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, Jordan, but all right. There's the connector smoke coming out from Eamon. They're going to take some connector control, I would say. Seems fairly indicative, to be honest. That's a lot of utility being thrown in middle. What are they going to do once they have middle?
Well, I can tell you they are decent on nuke.
Okay.
They have even beaten MVP PK on it.
Oh, all right. Fair
Once.
enough.
That was 5 months ago. But
All
still.
right. Yeah, that's good. That's already good on nuke, in my opinion. I rate MVP's nuke.
Hmm.
See, here's the problem, Jordan. If you take a little gaze at the minimap there, they have a lot of control of the map, but they're not doing anything. And they don't have any utility left for the late round.
And Recca's setting up for the correct play.
Yep.
Toward the B site.
So it's like steps 1 to 3 were pretty good, but we're moving into 4 and 5 now.
Yeah, they got the plus, the minus, the addition, subtraction, the multiplication, but when it got to algebra, they started to fall short. And our chap throws a confusing question at them, but have they checked the boost? Yep.
Shotgun AWPs in, dear God. That's too brutal.
Well, that didn't work out as well as Recca would have hoped.
Yeah.
Really should have. They had all the pieces of the puzzle. Had the players on the site. Was not much time left for FrostFire, but now Recca is going to have to go back and save.
Or will they? Will they just peek into the AWP, lads?
Well, each to their own.
They got plenty of money. It's fine.
It is now, but in a couple rounds' time, is it? Maybe not. Maybe they get reset at the worst possible time. Maybe it's 13 to 12 for FrostFire and they get reset.
Maybe
or
it's 14
all
all
part
part of
to 12.
the plan. Maybe they just wanted them to get that round for a false sense of security and they're about to reset them.
Well,
I don't think they can reset them,
so
actually.
sure about that.
I mean, both teams pretty good money. This game's getting pretty close, so first to win 1 or 2 back-to-back, or if they trade rounds back and forth, the money situation's going to get very weird. If one team wins 2 pretty clean rounds, they're pretty much going to win the map, I would say. That's a chunky nade right there. Here we go, nice flushes coming out from FrostFire. They're out onto the B-bomb site.
Easily out onto the bomb side as well. It might be added. And that is going to do a bit of a number onto the Recca Esports economy here. They'll save 2 guns through, perhaps.
If they do save these 2, they can probably buy next. That's the good news. That's about where it ends, though. If FrostFire come away with another clean one after this, then they're feeling pretty good, I would imagine.
Maybe there is still a chance left in this one for FrostFire. I felt as though it was slipping away a little bit. Recca was getting a bit too far ahead. Their economy was building up far too nicely. But now FrostFire with the round advantage. Potential to reset Recca right about here. Gun through. They won't be able to buy now with that player dropping. Or if they do, it'll be a pretty bad force. But yeah, Frost Misty can just grab his purchase and then they can get a buy next round, Recca. But that'll likely be 14 to 12 for FrostFire.
Mm.
Pretty advantageous position now, given how close we are to the end of this map.
For sure, yeah. We want to be holding on to a lot of these guns if we're FrostFire, that's for sure. Because even if they do, like, take this one... Ooh, nice short split. I've seen this a lot today, to be honest.
Are you watching what Eamon is doing?
He's been doing... Where have you been, Jordan? He's done that like 3 times, mate.
Yeah, but it's comical. The way that he jumps and then jumps
Jumping
again.
Mach 10, Jordan. Give it a try.
Twice.
You're a big Overwatch gamer. You should be very familiar with the jumping around like an idiot.
I actually think that jumping is very overrated in Overwatch because it makes you easy to hit.
Okay.
Because you can't change your trajectory while you're mid-jump. So, like, let's say you jump
Maybe
and you
you
jump
can't,
strafing.
Jordan.
No one can. But, yeah. But if you jump strafe and there's a Widowmaker on the other team, you just get a headshot. Because they know exactly where you're going to land. But if you're strafing,
But
you
Jordan,
can just stop.
what if all your opponents are bad?
Well, then it doesn't matter what you do, really. You can do whatever you want.
You can even just pick nuke.
Same with Counter-Strike. You could do whatever you want if everyone was just bad.
Just pick nuke, man.
Exactly. Obviously a win there for FrostFire, but a small victory for Recca as they do take the AK through.
I mean, all I'm seeing is a lot of numbers on the right side of the screen for FrostFire, and a lot of numbers on the scoreboard for FrostFire, and not a lot of numbers on the left side of the screen for Recca, and they need to grind out a couple rounds here without losing too many players, or we're going to be very sad if we're Recca. And we're going to be moving into our opponent's map pick.
Yes, indeed. Well, this round may or may not decide the map. If FrostFire win it, it pretty much does. They haven't started off as they would have liked to. Archab straight into the B bomb site. Having a look around. Another player for FrostFire does drop. Recca have a little more to show us here on this map, and planting the bomb there for Chapman. Dangerous, but there is a smoke down, which will keep him alive. Now 3 players to hold off this retake. Now make that 2 as Asterisk chimes in again with the AWP. Chapman, AK on the bomb site. Critical. He cannot drop. Neither can Davey. Divide. They both need to find the next frag. Chapman chimes in with 1. Devi's position is known. Timer is starting to tick away, and Sis, he does actually spot out Chapman. So, crisis averted for Recca.
Yeah, not bad. They still lost 2 plays, which is going to put some more strain on their economy. Rossio will be able to buy and sell. FrostMisty can drop 1 over, or even drop 2, and they should be okay for maybe 1 more gun round, but the closer these rounds are, the harder it's going to be for Recca to continue to buy as the CT side, and the more nades they're going to be missing, the more AWPs they're going to be missing. They're going to go into the double AWP here, which might be the best case of shooting yourself in the foot if you lose this round I've ever seen.
Well, they just don't lose the round. Simple as that.
Okay.
I would be the best coach. Does mean that there's a little bit less utility here for Recca than there otherwise would have been.
Good news though, FrostFire are taking it pretty slow, which is going to mean that these AWPs should be fairly effective.
Just a pop flash out there from Archap.
Yeah, they're putting some pressure on A to try to get some players out mid. It's working not too badly. Sis isn't moving very much. FrostMisty's playing retake on the bomb site. They're all out of nades, Jordan. That's the thing. They've only got flashes, so these aim duels better be going damn well for the Recca boys. Sis is going to be monumentally important from stopping people coming up connector from unders, but I think he's moving his way back. Rozzy is making his way towards B, because there's been a bit of pressure being put on from Chapman, so if Sis can't punish some of these connector players, this round's over. Short and sweet.
Waiting for that FrostFire rotation to come through from the T side. Through T spawn. Time is ticking away though.
Sis is walking out mid and Subbies is ready to punish him. Does indeed. Trade goes back.
1 for 1, but at least there is still a player in jungle here for FrostFire. That's Eamon. See if he can get anything done. Our chap goes down. Asterisk and Rozyu stepping up now with the AWPs. 3v2. The bomb plant must go down from Chapman. Asterisk is going to take that time to walk on forward, and this is such a scary angle to be playing in as Chapman. He'll peek across and he does spot out FrostMisty, but now he's given away his position. Asterisk, easy kill. And Devi 1v3. They don't know that he is in main, but they do now. And he's going to need to get the kill onto 2 players before he can even peek that bomb, which is not going to be possible.
The damage is huge though.
Is it though?
I don't know.
FrostMisty's got above 10k.
Yeah, he's got a lot of money.
I could bring it back to 14-14.
The bank on FrostMisty though. Bank of Recca. Still plenty of money for the T's as well. That last round could have gone either way, I feel like. Both teams had no util. It was pretty much down to positioning and aim duels, and I felt like after Subbies was able to punish that person pushing up Cat, then would have gone the way of FrostFire. First pick that does not go their way this time. They're trying to push the A bomb site very quickly. Recca's been pretty good at playing retake, like heavy retakes so far.
We'll just peek up above that smoke, and he does actually spot the bomb carrier out. That's the spanner in the works for the T side. Archap at least very close here, and there is 3 players in CT spawn that he might be able to shut down. He had a good spray, but in the end, Sis is ready and waiting for the repeak. 2-player advantage right now for Recca and FrostFire. They desperately do not want to lose this round. Their money will get very, very low indeed. A crucial miss from Divide, and that'll open the round up now for Recca. Eamon does drop. Defuse for the CT side. Recca now 15-14 with a chance to close the map out. And it's not as bad as it could be for FrostFire.
2 of their players going to really struggle for utils though, and definitely no warp. 3 of them should be right though. As for Recca, they're doing fine. As you said, they just won. It's a good way to do it. Could still be looking at OT though here. Really depends.
Yeah, the way that this half has been going, it's pretty hard to tell.
I would like to see them go for this B, and it looks like they're going to. That works pretty good for getting them on the bomb site, and the only times they really struggled was when they lost too many picks trying to get into that bomb site. Once again, Recca's playing pretty heavy retake on the B bomb site, but I like this approach of going through apps. Recca is fighting for short. We need some pretty good post-plant positions out from FrostFire, and maybe even a pick as they enter the bomb site. They definitely cannot get picked on the cross, and they have.
3v4, Recca looking good to close the map out here. They certainly are. Rosu finding another frag, and Eamon stuck in a bench. He's going to get 2. Makes things interesting for a moment, but this grenade might even be enough to finish him off, as it doesn't actually do any damage. Asterisk doesn't manage to find the frag, but Eeyore does. Recca Esports will close out map number 1, 16-14. Pretty long-winded map there, actually, as both sides play out to the full extent. Recca come away with a very, very close victory. Their own map, and 16-14. I still feel as though this series is up in the air based on that result. It's not given you enough, really, momentum or confidence or anything like that for Recca heading on to Nuke.
So impressive stuff from both teams. I feel like after Recca sort of gone up to that CT side and got a few rounds in a row, it seemed like the aim was starting to go a little bit better. Their confidence started to move up, and saw some of the same old names from that old Recca lineup before the changing of a few players step up like we've seen before. Don't really know that we saw too much from Asterisk, but I mean, we've seen plenty from Sis before, Rosio, Frost Misty. We've seen a little bit from Eeyore as well, because pretty sure he stood in for them once or twice.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, yeah. I think it was just the individuals from Recca stepping up later on in the half, and although FrostFire had some good ideas on their T side, the depth of play really wasn't there, and obviously the thing was that even if they were able to throw an A execute, even if they were able to take mid control, they weren't able to convert the rounds after that. So that's the thing that they really need to look at. Even if they've put themselves in an advantageous position and put themselves in some good spots where they're able to make things happen, they need to work on how they're going to do that.
Yeah, but that said, we're moving over onto FrostFire's map pick next, which is going to be Nuke. So I think if you can get a 16-14 close against Recca here on Mirage, then you do have a decent shout of actually taking Nuke. If it is your own map choice, the only issue I can really see, obviously, is that they're starting on the T side.
Yeah, Recca's on CT, so they might just go into...
and let's be honest, CT side is where this map was won and lost.
Yeah, I would say as well, though, that FrostFire, obviously they picked Nuke, and even just watching their Mirage, you can see how like execute-based and utility-based their play was on Mirage. The same thing as we said about Signature as well. So that sort of style lends itself well to maps like Nuke or Train or whatever you're doing. On the T side, you just, you know, throw some good strategies in there. You put yourself in some advantageous positions to be able to grind out the rounds on T side. And if you're able to get a few here or there, you can try to close it out on CT.
Potentially, but Recca, as that core roster at least, have got a little bit more experience. So we always talk about that communication factor and that ability to kind of read each other's movements and that kind of things for the team that would generally be expected to win there on Nuke. So I think for both of these two teams, they are going to have to be all that they can be, Pilly, and they're going to have to really step up to this map. Obviously, what we saw from both on Mirage was reasonable, but it wasn't sort of like a world-beating kind of a performance from either team. So if FrostFire want to stay in this series, they're going to need to do pretty well on their own map pick, and I think Recca is also going to kind of need to step up here because it is FrostFire's map pick, because they're going to have to show a little bit more here on Nuke. At least they have the benefit of starting on the CT side, but still a lot to be said for this entire series, and I could still definitely foresee it going through to map 3.
Yeah, you know what they say about Nuke, you know, that map could be pretty rough on your FPS and stuff like that, so you probably need a good graphics card for that, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Very, very good, Pilly. Thanks for that. We're going to leave it with that for the break, but don't go anywhere because the rest of this series is going to be coming up in just a second.